Hello, welcome to Insectix, Information Security Technologies training on penetration testing with Metasploit. In the past few videos, we have been dealing with the different ranking exploits. In this video, we will deal with the auxiliary module, which basically figure, figure out the default credentials available. So what we will be doing is we will be running up an auxiliary module against the target machine where the use auxiliary module. And now let us verify the options which are need to be filled. So you just need to type show options. So this is the auxiliary module, and the brute force speed. After filling every option, you need to type run. So this particular auxiliary module has successfully scanned and it has run against this particular target victim machine, and it determined that this following IP address, that is 192.168.159.138, and the VNC server running on this particular 5900 is having the VNC server password as password. Okay, so we got the password, right? So in order to log in into this particular VNC server, you need to open up the new extra terminal and you need to type VNC viewer and the IP address, that is 192.168.159.138, and you need to supply the password. The password here is PASSWORD. Boom, we got the GUI access. You can see the applications, games, everything. Okay, so this particular machine is in your control. So we are controlling this machine remotely with a wide GUI access. Try to figure out all the vulnerabilities which have been provided in the lab folder in the ranking exploits, install them in your machine and test out the exploits manually. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Hello, welcome to Insectix, Information Security Technologies training on penetration testing with Metasploit. In the previous video, we have covered the basic introduction and in detail discussion about the exploit and the exploit types and the exploit ranking. In this video, we will be focusing on the payloads. We know that the payload is the actual code which executes after successful execution of the exploit code. Metasploit payload basically have the two components. First one is the communication capability and second one is the functionality. Communication capability. Communication capability basically enables a communication channel for the attacker. And second thing is functionality. Functionality defines what are all the actions that an attacker can perform after payload execution. So coming to the payload types defined by the Metasploit Framework. Metasploit Framework contains three different types of payloads. They are singles, stagers and stages. Coming to the singles. Single payloads are often called as standalone payload. Single payloads can perform few kind of tasks. Best example is creating the remote user. So there is a payload called Windows Add User, which basically adds a remote user over the target machine. And coming to the second one is stager. Stager payload establishes a network establishment between the attacker and the victim machine. And coming to the last one, stage. Payload components that are downloaded by the stager modules called as the stages payload. Self-contained payloads contains stager and stage already bundled together. These payloads include all the functionality to load itself into the memory, set up a communication channel for the attacker, and lastly, provide the environment and the command capability to interact with the compromised system. And we need to make sure that when a vulnerability is exploited successfully, the stager component goes first as a payload. The stager is responsible for uploading the stage next and set up the communication channel for the stage so that the attacker can interact with it. We will be discussing these things in the upcoming videos where we will take an example for exploiting the vulnerability, and we will be focusing on all these three different types of payload, how the exploitation is going to work and how these things are going to get executed. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. And in the next video, we will be focusing on in-depth implementation of the different types of exploit and with the different combination of the payloads. Thanks for watching. Hello, welcome to InsectX, Information Security Technologies training on penetration testing with Metasploit. In the past video, we have successfully configured and installed the NSS on Kali Linux, as well as we have performed basic vulnerability scanning against the Metasploitable to operating system, and finally we have also generated the report. In this video, we shall create the database connectivity by creating the database user as well as the database connectivity in the Metasploit. This thing will be much helpful in our upcoming video series. So first of all, let's do this. I have listed the commands which I am going to use for creating the database connectivity in the Metasploit within the slide itself. So let's do this. So first of all, you need to start these two services. Service PostgreSQL start, which will start the PostgreSQL service. Service Metasploit start. Already it's been started. Now we will check it out the current database status by issuing the command db_status. So currently it has connected to the default one, that is to the MSF3. Now what we will do is we will create a database username as well as a database name using the PostgreSQL server. To do that, open up the new terminal and type. Now we need to create the user. For that, you need to use the command create, let the user be Sam_user and issue -P. Sorry, the command is create user. Let the password be Tor. Yes. Okay. So I have created the super user. Now what we will do is, by using this, we shall create a database with the name Sam_user. Now to do that, we need to issue the following command, that is create db _owner. So who is the owner here? Sam. That is Sam_user. And which database we are going to create? Let the database name be Sam_database. It has been successfully created. Now what we will do is we shall configure this particular database with the credentials which have been used for creating this particular database user Sam_user. To do that, you need to issue the following command, that is db_connect. And the user, who is the user here? Sam_user. And what is the password for the Sam_user is TOOR. And to which IP you want to connect? That is to my local. We need to issue 127.0.0.1, the loopback address known to you, and we need to define the port number, that is 5432. And what is the database name which we have created here? Sam_database. Awesome. Now we have successfully created the database and we have successfully connected to the database. Now let us verify the status. by issuing the command db_status. Okay, now we are currently connected to the SAM_database. That's all for this